Hello everyone, this is Rogers Harris and welcome to another episode of the Sports Deep Dive Podcast. Today I'm joined by Brian Koperek. Brian is going to help me co-host this podcast today. Hello Brian.
Hey Rogers, how are you?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
Awesome.
Brian, today we're going to, since college sports is in full spring, we're going to talk about the very first college athletic program. Now, can you try to guess what that program is?
I'm pretty sure it was Ivy League and maybe Harvard or Yale, one of the two.
Well, you're right. Part of it's right. It is Harvard.
Awesome.
Now, before we talk about Harvard athletics, let's talk about Harvard, the school, on October 28th, 1636. It's a little before your time, Brian.
Just a little.
Harvard, the first college in the American colonies, was founded in Cambridge, Massachusetts. There you go. Harvard University was officially founded by a vote of the by the Great and General Court of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Got to put that great in there.
Right.
Great and General.
Great and General.
Right.
Whatever that means.
So 1636, right?
Whew. I mean, that's hard to comprehend.
So that's that is before this country was official.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
But let's talk about, athletics at Harvard began in 1780. So we're looking at roughly about 150 years after its founding.
Okay, I can go with that.
Now, in 1780, it's when the sophomores challenged the freshmen to a wrestling tournament with the losers buying dinner.
Whoa, big stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's what they had for dinner.
Now, since the historical boat race against arch rival Yale,
right,
in 1852, Harvard had kind of been in the forefront of American intercollegiate sports. Its football team conceived a modern version of the game and devised essentials ranging from the first concrete stadium in 1903 to a scoreboard, uniform numbers, and signals. Right?
Yeah.
So when you're looking at your favorite college football team, which I think for you is Michigan.
That's correct.
And you poo-poo the Ivy League, they don't do anything. Well, you know what? Harvard.
They started it.
Harvard, you've got uniforms with numbers.
The big house.
Yeah.
All the things.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So be nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's if you're a college football fan or a college sports fan and you are poo-pooing the Ivy League schools, then you're forgetting the heritage.
Right.
100%.
Now, do you know, as a Michigan fan, do you know how many sports programs they have, men and women?
No, I don't. Not off the top of my head.
All right, well, you want to look that up real
quick?
I can. You look that up real quick, because I'm about to tell you how many Harvard has to this day, and I bet you it is more. I'm just going to tell you anyway while you're looking that up. Harvard has 42 men's and women's sports, 42 athletic programs that covers men's and women's sports.
Yeah, Michigan only has 29 varsity sports.
Right. So there you go. Okay. Like I said, circa 1780, athletic competition begins with sophomores challenging freshmen to a wrestling tournament. 1827, a poem references an annual football contest between the freshmen and the sophomores. So you got to remember, at this time, there is no NCAA.
Right.
And so the athletics that's going on is mostly what today we would call a club or intramural.
Right.
But occasionally they do have a little contest, like I said, a little boat ride with their arch nemesis. That would be the Yale Bulldogs. All right? Okay. In And speaking of that, here we go. 1852. The first intercollegiate athletic event in America takes place. A crew race between Harvard and Yale, all right, on Lake Winnipesaukee, which Harvard wins. And then this sparks the long rivalry between
those two schools. Yeah.
1862, so about 10 years later, the first Harvard baseball team is formed by freshmen and plays its first game in June of 1863, winning against Brown.
Okay.
So we're talking about June of 1863. June where most people, our school is out.
Right.
And there is baseball going on in June, but it's usually the College World Series that's going on.
Exactly.
I mean, as far as the collegiate level. So June of 1863 is when they played their game. Keep in mind that the oldest professional baseball league, the National League, started in 1876. So that gives you an idea.
Yeah.
So baseball's going on.
But not.
You've got these, cities and squads,
right.
hodgepodge stuff. But that gives you an idea. So Harvard has been playing baseball longer than the major leagues have been formed.
Right.
So that gives you an idea.
Pretty wild.
You can only get that here on the Sports Deep Dive podcast.
That's right. Nobody else is talking about that.
That's right. Who else talks about Harvard but us? All right. In 1874, the Harvard Athletic Association, HAA, is formed by undergraduates to manage track sports and gymnasium activities.
Okay.
Benjamin R. Curtis, class of 75, is chosen as its first president, and that's class of 1875, obviously. 1875, Harvard plays its first intercollegiate football game against Tufts, distinguished by the team wearing formal unified crimson uniforms, considered to be the first time a team was identified.
Huh.
So,
what is, I'm not familiar with Tufts.
Tufts University?
Yeah.
I believe Tufts is in D.C. See, you asked me all these questions.
Massachusetts.
They're a Massachusetts school too. So, sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
I made a mistake. It's Massachusetts. That's why you're here. That and to pay for the podcast spread that we 1882, the Committee on the Regulation of Athletic Sports meets for the first time and adopts regulations for collegiate programs, including competing only with amateurs, requiring committee approval for trainers, medical examinations for contestants, and swimming tests for rowers. And that is 1882. Now, I don't know if you remember, Brian, but we did our very first podcast was about Notre Dame football and why they're independent, and about how members of what would become the Big Ten met and formed the NCAA, and then eventually formed the Big Ten. And I'm kind of surprised. I mean, those were like Midwest schools.
Right.
And I'm just kind of surprised that Harvard wasn't in those discussions about, hey, why don't you, and they invited Harvard. But I guess Harvard always was like, we're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
So we don't need to come to
your little meetings.
Mm-hmm. The second Harvard Athletic Association is organized in 1893, and that is to manage and operate all of Harvard sports. It later becomes the Harvard University Department of Athletics in 1951.
Okay.
So from 1893 to basically 1950, the Harvard Athletic Association is running the thing. There really is no athletic department.
Right.
Which, to me, is surprising. I guess that they didn't have a formal department. It was like the Athletic Association, which is like this club running the sport.
Well, I mean, the sports were not anywhere close to what they are today, right? It's just a bunch of students participating in things. So
yeah, but in 1950,
yeah, it had become more of that.
1940s and 50s, they were competing with other Ivy League schools and that type of thing. 1894, the Harvard Yacht Club, which is the precursor to the Intercollegiate Sailing Program, is formed. 1895, a combined Harvard-Yale track team competes against Oxford, Cambridge in London. Now establishing the world's oldest continuing international intercollegiate competition.
It is still running today?
1895.
Nice.
I'm going to throw out some notable achievements.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
1901. John Kirkland Clark introduces basketball to Harvard. He was the captain of the first Crimson team, and he led them to an 11-8 record.
Wow.
1903, Harvard Stadium, the nation's oldest stadium and the world's first massive reinforced concrete structure, is built. How old is the Ann Arbor, the big house?
The big house?
All right. Well, you're looking that up. I bet it's not as old as 1903.
Oh, no way.
1919, compulsory exercise for freshmen is introduced, making a policy of, quote, athletics for all, end quote. So getting your physical exercise was important.
So the big house was opened in 1927.
1927.
Yeah, so it's 98 years old.
Right, but Harvard Stadium is 1903.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
They
got in there before we did.
Yeah. So you can't claim that. All right, 45 and 46, the Harvard basketball team has a great season, winning 19 games and participating in the NCAA tournament.
Oh.
2009 and 2010, so we're jumping up ahead.
Yeah. More recent.
Yeah. The Harvard basketball team sets a new school record with 21 victories. 2013, Harvard achieves its first NCAA tournament win in basketball, defeating New Mexico.
Okay.
2002, the Harvard Turkey debuts as the school's first unofficial mascot during the Harvard-Yale football game. Pretty interesting, huh?
That is interesting.
All right, so to recap again, Harvard Athletics, oldest athletic department or athletic
organization, whatever.
In college, oldest, started about 17 in the 1780s. Has 42 Division I intercollegiate varsity sports teams, which again is more than in any other
that just
NCAA
blows my mind.
Division I college.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they offer stuff like rowing that maybe Michigan does not offer.
Yeah, but still,
like
42 to, like, what did I say, 29?
You
like
said 29.
Yeah, that's a huge disparity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've got some things that you have, like hockey, that other schools don't have.
Exactly.
Athletic scholarships are not offered.
I know. Yeah, that's pretty much all Ivy League, isn't it?
Yep. the Harvard Crimson football program. Oh, how many championships in football does Michigan have? Do you know? You're not a fan.
Oh,
You
I
are
just
not-
don't want to say it wrong.
You are not a fan. Go ahead.
We were the most for a while, but I don't think we are anymore.
All right, I will tell you this. They have 20 College Football Hall of Fame inductees.
That's a lot.
So you guys probably have more. Michigan probably has more. But 20, isn't something to shake a stick at. Excuse my language.
We have 12.
All right, Crimson football program, one of the oldest in the world, has 13 national championships. Take that.
When was the last time they won one?
I don't have that in front of me.
I will get it.
Okay, just stop. So there you go. There's a little look at Harvard athletics here on the Sports Deep Dive podcasts. I forgot to say in the beginning, welcome to Season 2 of the Sports Deep Dive podcast. I forgot to mention that. Welcome to Season 2, Brian.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
What'd you find out there?
Well, Harvard only has 7 football national championships, and the last one that they won was in 1919. While some sources list more, these are the ones recognized by Harvard, is what I was looking at.
I have 13. So maybe the other 6 were before the NCAA was formed.
Could be, yeah.
Would be mine.
Yep.
Because my sources have 13. All right. Like I said, we're in the second season of the Sports Deep Dive podcast. I want to thank everyone for supporting us through season 1. It's because of you that we now have a season 2. As always, the Sports Deep Dive podcast is brought to you commercial free, so you can listen to it on your way to work, as you're getting ready for your day, or as you're ending your day, whichever you prefer. We try to look at sports tidbits and trivia, some sports things from the past. You can go to other sports podcasts if you want the scores. If you want to talk about, all these college schools realigning and all that mess.
Yep. Plenty of talking heads out there to give you the current skinny.
So, hopefully you will join us for season 2. We've got some great things in store for you. But until that time, I just want to say so long, everyone.